Bluff City Media presents The Anthony Sain Show with your host, Anthony Sain. Now, let's get to the show. What's up, everybody? Did it sound like Anthony when I did that? What's up, everybody? I am your host, Kenny Stubblefield, the host of the Anthony Sain Show here on the Bluff City Media Network. I've almost become the host since he's now a married man and doing his thing. That guy is off gallivanting the country. He's doing his thing, so he is out there. And so I got the reins today, and I'm joined by the man, the myth, the legend. Everybody knows who he is. He's the Grizzlies beat reporter for Bluff City Media, the site editor for Bill Street Bears from Fansided. He also does stuff with Titans. He's everywhere. Paris Sharkey, what's up, man?
Man, bro, still over here, still in Dallas, man. Got to cover this is my first ever Grizzlies road game cover. So, yeah, man, still out here in Dallas. Man, just enjoying life. Glad I was able to make the game and actually make the show this week.
Yeah, you said you texted in the group chat. Did you really enjoy the Dallas Mavericks vibe inside the arena? What was it like being there?
I don't know. It's just like, man, you would think after they traded Luka that it would just be like a dead arena. Especially they're like 5-13. 5-13. You just think that like that arena was packed out. Right, like it was packed out. Everybody was engaged. They went into the game. It's like,
wow,
man. I enjoyed just that atmosphere, like fans just truly just still supporting, no matter what, supporting their team. And it wasn't like no vitriol, nothing. Like we had the section that I sit in, it was some Grizzly fans.
Yeah,
throughout section, you didn't have no banter. Everybody got along, cool. Yeah. It was just like, I don't know, just man, really, really cool, solid arena experience. Definitely different, all the in-game entertainment. Of course, everything is the same everywhere. You know how I made a joke with my wife about when BLJ always say he the best hype man in the NBA.
Yeah.
And BLJ, my guy. And I was like, man, he the only hype man from what I've seen, because Dallas Mavericks hype man, we saw him we didn't see him for the first time until the fourth quarter.
Oh, really?
Yes.
They didn't bring
him. He'll do stuff, but you know how we have BLJ and
he's out there. Yeah.
They'll be on the court. Doing stuff like they didn't. Their hype man wasn't.
he was nowhere to be found. Here's what I would do if I were them. One of the most annoying. I've obviously never been to a Dallas Mavericks home game, but one of the most annoying things about watching a Dallas Mavericks home game on TV is the constant, like the activation of cheers by the PA announcer. Like I can't stand that. It drives me crazy. Like, let your hype dude do that. Like, because it sounds so weird, right?
Like they just,
come on, Mavs. Come on, Mavs. Do it. Come. I'm like, dude, you got to be quiet. Like, I can't stand it.
They also felt like they played especially when the game first started, I feel like every single possession, maybe I just don't recognize the form that they play music almost every single possession.
Right.
But every single possession, it was like they played something. They got offense. On defense, they did let's go defense. Offense, they play some more music. I was like, dang, got the players can even lock in.
That would be that. Do the Grizzlies do that? It's been a while since I've been to a Grizzlies game.
They play it, but I feel like Dallas played it more. But maybe because I said I'm always at the forum, so it might be I just
there's a flow to it that you tune it out, right?
I may just tuned it out to that point. So now I'm actually going to have to pay attention and see.
It'd be interesting to pay attention to, like, what are the in-game experiences like at places like that? Because it does feel like there's more manufactured things with Dallas. When I see them on TV, it feels very forced and very manufactured. Now, that might not be what it feels like inside the arena, but on TV, that's what it comes across as to me.
Yeah, I think with the PA announcer specifically, a lot of other things, their in-game entertainment was similar. They do similar stuff. They did a lot of stuff with the crowd. Yeah. And I did go to when the Grizzlies played the Clippers in March, and they did a lot of crowd stuff. But I don't recall the hype man. Well, they did have a hype man, but he wasn't out. Like how much we see BLJ doing the game, he wasn't out there as much.
He wasn't out there like that.
Yeah, Dallas guy, I didn't see him I don't remember seeing him into the fourth quarter when they showed him on the screen up in the 300 section. But they had all the entertainment.
That is so crazy to me that he didn't even come out until the fourth quarter.
And something else funny. I feel like I don't know if it comes like that often. comes like that on TV. I don't know if they had the mic up next to the rims.
Oh,
you could clearly hear when anybody bricked, and it was a lot of bricks in that game.
Yes. It might have been worse and I'm trying to remember, there was, I've watched so much basketball over the last couple of days with the Tigers and the Grizzlies. Was it the San Antonio game? No. Was it the San Antonio game? It might have been the San Antonio game where they had the mics, the rims mic'd up too. Or it could have been one of the Tigers games. I would just a word of advice to any college place. Don't mic up your rims because the shooting is so bad in college. It'll be obnoxious the entire time. Right. I think it might have been the San Antonio game where I was like, or maybe the Sacramento game where I was like, oh my gosh, these guys have to stop mic. Like that was absolutely going to get on my nerves. Like Dallas kind of popularized that though. That kind of that thudding like microphone on the rims. And I'm not a fan of it. Like I don't need it. So you can hear that. You can hear that even in the arena.
Yes, I'm saying every time folks break.
I thought that's so crazy that you say that because I honestly thought that was just for the broadcast. I didn't think that was for inside the arena too.
That was in the arena. I was tripping the whole game.
The
only time you could hear it because of the crowd was just super loud, but they were only loud if you make a shot, so you heard it.
It was, and let me tell you, man, and we could talk about this. The Grizzlies have won 2 straight, but this Dallas game, I called it the angriest pillow fight of all time.
Yeah, but that Jill was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't want to. We'll leave that in the group chat, but it was such a. Obviously, the Grizzlies beat Dallas 102-96, and it was a good game. I mean, I'm glad they won the game, but bro, it was an ugly game, right? Like it was hella ugly.
I was glad I was in person for that one because watching it on TV versus in person, the in-person experience, is a bad because you can see them. I'm looking at, dang, both teams shooting like 35%. So you're hearing all the bricks, but being there in person, it just kind of just made it more entertaining. Just seeing just being there, just seeing all the, all the distractions and everything around it. But yeah, definitely ugly game by both teams. You definitely like 2 teams missing because I didn't realize like Dallas was missing the same amount of players, if not more, than Memphis.
Oh yeah,
like, I was like, God, like who playing?
Yeah, they're missing a lot of folks. If you're getting DNP coaches decisions in those games right now for the Mavericks and for the Grizzlies, you might want to rethink your career at this point because, like, bro, like it was not only there are a bunch of folks injured, but also the offense was so bad for the majority of the game. Yep. But here's the thing. There was a lot of missed shots, but it wasn't like it didn't feel. There was a few moments where the game got out of control and sloppy, and there was and even Pete and Brevin were just laughing about it on the broadcast, just like, when you haven't been able to hang out with Brevin long enough, like I see it now. Like when he's quiet, I know exactly what he's thinking. He's just like, "Hey, bro," but the game wasn't like. It wasn't a poor watch. Like, even though the shots were bad, even though they were missing a lot of shots, it wasn't a bad watch. It wasn't a bad experience watching the game. Like, they still got offenses ran good stuff. They got good shots. They just missed them.
Yeah. It didn't feel like a crazy amount of fouls either. Like, it felt like just a nice free-flowing game. The referees kind of let them play a little bit too much at times with certain things that went on. But yeah, it was pretty outside of Zach Edey. They got on my nerves with those offensive fouls. I ain't gonna lie on them. But
were they got on your nerves because they were bad calls, or got on your nerves because they were silly fouls by him?
Kind of not calling them both ways.
Yeah.
Calling move screen on him, but Dallas they finally did in the fourth quarter right after they called one on him on I think Najee Marshall, whoever. It was like, okay, they finally called him. They finally called him on him after calling him Zach Edey 4 times. But it's just.
I am not having grown up playing basketball and being in the NBA world, I'd be a small guy in the NBA world height wise, but like playing basketball my entire life, especially in the environment that I played basketball, I was one of the bigger, taller guys pretty much my entire entire childhood growing up playing basketball. And it is one of the more aggravating things to be the biggest, tallest dude on the court and have all of those fouls called on you on you because you're just bigger and taller than everybody else, right? Like that's what it felt like for Zach. What was going on was he was doing things like normal things, but Dallas is so small right now, and Dallas is so I guess they lack a certain level of physicality that when Zach Edey, who might be one of the more physical bigs in the league right now, puts his body on somebody, they're going to fly, right? Like you saw that with Daniel Gafford, man. Zach Edey cycled down on a box out on Daniel Gafford and almost sent him to the upper deck. Like he's just such a big guy that those interactions, especially on screens and rebounds and things like that, they're going to get called. And it's kind of like what Shaq went through early on in his career.
That's what I felt. That's what it felt like. It was just like Zach Edey bigger than everybody. Just came to territory. But I was proud of him where he got the fifth foul in the early fourth quarter.
Huge.
Coach Eastlow kept him in, and he stayed out of foul trouble. Then he left the game, came back in, and finished the game without fouling out. So that was a good development from there. It's like, okay, he knew how to play with the fouls and still was effective. It wasn't like, okay, he could not play defense no more. He would still set a screen. He would still contest the shot, but you could tell he knew how to play with the fouls.
Again, on the broadcast, they talked about that. They said Brevin was like, one of the things that I love what I see about Zach right now, it was when he had that fifth foul and moving past that, he was still out there setting screens, but you could tell he was being very intentional about his screens, that he was making sure, and I would suspect that he probably said that in the huddle to the Grizzlies players, do not go to the point guards or whoever had the ball. Don't go till I get set. Right, you're gonna get me a foul if you try to go too early, and so which that kind of communication has to happen. But he was very intentional about I'm going to set a screen and I'm going to get big and get set, and then I'm not gonna move too quickly because that's when those kind of fouls are called, right? And he did a great job of that, of playing physical basketball but without fouling. It's a impressive trait for a second year guy who's only playing his fourth game this year. You know what I'm saying? So far.
Games. Yep. And it's just really good. The team looks so much better with him. Even the game with the two games they played against the winning teams, like he looks the part. Like he looks like that second year leap. Like that guy. He's looking like that guy.
I wanted to get that's part of one of the topics I wanted to discuss with you is just Zach Edey's return. You cover this team. You're right there on the front line with this team on a daily basis. There are guys that come in and do things that are influential in a moment, right? Like there's guys that come in and play and you're like, oh wow, this is really helping this team like right now. This is really helping this team in this game, in this moment, for this run, whatever it may be. That's what benched guys do. Like, can you come in and be a heater, right? Like Gigi Jackson coming in, or even a John Contra, whoever it may be, Santi Aldama coming off the bench. Those guys provide heaters for in the moment. Zach's return and the way that he's playing, it feels different to me because it feels like there's long-term impact on what this Grizzlies team can be with Zach Edey out there compared to when he's not.
Yeah.
You think so? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's just like it's a clear difference. Like with Jack Landale starting and Zach Edey, like it's just like night and day. They had 61 rebounds the other night. Like that's crazy. Like they were on pace. They felt like maybe a couple of rebounds short, maybe 4 or 5 of breaking the franchise record of like offensive rebounds in the game. Cause I saw Parker Fleming had kind of did a watch. Like it's time to watch this offensive rebound record. Like it's kind of, I don't know, man. It's just, man, Zach Edey looks like he can fit the game without getting his shot attempts up. And that was the real like key. Because I think I saw you. Did you say or someone said he only attempted? I didn't realize he only attempted like 3 shots.
Yeah,
or something. Yeah. I was like, what? I didn't even realize that.
It's and help me understand, because I think the knock against Zach Edey during the draft process, during all those different things, is his size and his perceived lack of mobility going to?
It was.
Is it gonna be an issue for the Grizzlies moving forward? But help me understand, because he is. Every time he goes on the court, he's going to be the biggest guy on the court. Whether it might not be in height, even though he is 7'5". There are taller dudes, shockingly, or as tall as him in the NBA. But he's 7'5", like probably they say 300, but he's probably bigger than that. Even though his body looks great, like he looks like he really looks like he put in a ton of work even this offseason. With the ankle situation, all that, he really did a lot of work and revamped his whole body. But it's such a weird juxtaposition for me to see you add the biggest dude in the NBA, and the offense looks faster and crisper, and it looks like there's more space, and it looks like this. Why do you think that's the case? Like, you would think that if you add a big, lumbering 7'5" center to the equation, that things would bog down, but it's not looked that way.
I don't know, because I feel like the team, he just bring exactly what the team needed. Like, they were missing rebounding. They were missing just physical presence, toughness. Like, when we was thinking about that, and we probably going to talk about this a little bit coming up, about what happened at the end of the game, but that Golden State game when Draymond bullied him. And it's like, Zach Edey, I remember last year, Draymond talked all this smack to Zach Edey on his podcast. Right. Next time Zach Edey saw him, he blocked the shot and stared him down, right? Like, and he had set a hard screen on him and gave him a bow. I was like, Zach Edey ain't going for that. Like, we were missing him. We're missing him. Yeah. So having that guy he just brings an element that the team, he brings just a certain element that the team had been missing. And he keeps displaying it every time he comes on the court. So I don't know, you're right. It just feels like it will bog it down, but the Grizzlies were struggling in so many different aspects that he kind of solves with his play, that it just made for a smooth transition, because that was exactly what they needed.
To me, it's about a threat. It's about being a threat, right? Like, the Grizzlies lacked threats on the court. They lacked somebody who, and I call it a sense of gravity on the floor, right? Like, if this dude's on the floor, if Ja Morant is on the floor, everybody's eyes, like, you have to watch your guy. But if Ja's over here, everybody on the court has their one eye, at least a quarter of an eye, half an eye. They figured out a way to move their eye independently of itself and go over there and see, okay, there's Ja right there. You got to stay with Ja, right? With Jaren moving to kind of a newer position, a new role of setting screens, it kind of has taken him out of being a threat in a lot of ways. Like, he wasn't a threat because he's not a good screen setter, which is stunning to me at 7 years in the league, 7 foot tall. However, the fact that he can't set screens is wild to me. It's a travesty that some coach did not sit him down for 3 months and say, brother, when he's 14 years old, let me sit you down and show you how to set a screen. It's neither here nor there. Nothing we can do about that now. KCP wasn't shooting well. Jalen Wells wasn't shooting well. Jock Landale was the best 3-point shooter on the team, but you're going to let him shoot. You're just going to. Yeah. He's not a real physical imposing presence in the paint. Like, he's just not that. Not a lob threat, not a rim protector. There's just I think what the struggle was early on was just there was very few threats, right? Like, very few threats outside of Ja Morant in that starting lineup, which is why when Cedric Howard would come in, he'd be like, oh, he's doing all these really cool things. Mm-hmm. It's because he was a threat, right? He was a threat. And so it's like, you got to bring him in. So Zach comes in, and he's the kind of guy, number one, he's an instant lob threat. Number two, he's an awesome screen setter. Number three, when he's in the dunker's position, there's not a single guard in the league who wants to come down there and chip off of their guy and try to help on Zach Edey in the dunker spot. The big can't rotate, and so then automatically that then makes Jaren a threat, because now he's going 1-on-1 instead of 1-on-2. It makes Jaren Ja a threat, because now Zach Edey's big ass is blocking out the moon while he's setting a screen, and it's like, what are you supposed to do, right?
Right.
That to me is why I think this is the ramifications of Zach Edey taking that leap and being the player that he is so wild to me, because this feels like it's franchise altering, right? Like it feels franchise altering to me.
And also the fact he's already doing it fresh off not playing since April, like fresh off of ankle surgery. Because you would think it would be slow, like, all right, I understand when he come back, I'm not expecting him to be doing all the things he's doing.
You would think his legs would be dead. You think his legs would be dead. Like you think he would be, keep going.
But I think it goes to show that the team prepared. So basically you can, I pay Pacific, like I really pay attention to the language when they announced their injury report. And when they announced Zach Edey and Jaren back in September, they basically said they were fully cleared. Like it was just like they're ramping up.
Yes.
And Jaren be ready sooner than Zach Edey, right? And basically that was basically on the injury, probably a little bit of everything based on the injury and size. Zach Edey 7'4", 300. It's going to take him a little longer to ramp up to be able to play in a full game than Jaren, right? So I feel like the team really like you ramp up to make sure. All right, by the time you play, only thing we got to worry about is conditioning, because you can never
simulate NBA real-time games. Absolutely not. Yeah. But even in that sense, the level of work they put him through to ramp him up, it feels like he's already kind of crossed that conditioning barrier. Like he played how many minutes let me look at the box score real quick.
It was 20 something. It was a little over 25.
So 26 minutes last night, right? Like 26 minutes, which I would suspect give him a few more weeks and he'll be at 35 minutes, right? Like, because he's not a big foul.
Coach ain't gonna.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully
they'll have no choice. If Jacqueline Dale wasn't on the injury report, I don't recall. So
yeah, he's not.
Like, if he was out for a second, then he probably got no choice. But
yeah. So the Zach Edey's return has felt franchise altering. The most fun impact so far this season for me has been the return of Psycho Vince.
Yes,
like, listen, do I think Vince Williams playing the way that he is it franchise altering? Absolutely not. But does it add a layer of intrigue to this roster? I think it does, right? Like, what have been your thoughts? You've been in the locker room, you've been there, you've been at the games, you were there at the game in Dallas. Bro, what is Vince Williams being Psycho Vince being back? It feels like it's just kind of added more depth and dimension to this Grizzlies team.
It just lets you know, man, players getting healthy matters, right? And I enjoyed actually. So I attended a shoot around before the game, and the two players I picked to talk to was Vince and Sid. So I talked to Vince, man. I asked him a couple questions, really just about like him getting used to playing point guard. He played a couple stints at point guard 2 years ago during the year that he broke out, and he looked pretty well at it. So I just asked him how the comfortability on it. I even asked him, like, hey, you had that Rondo type stat line, 15 assists on like 4 points. There was the Rondo player you watch you growing up. And he's like, yeah, of course, man, because
absolutely
those Celtics teams, yeah, man, he was like the engine that made the run. So, but yeah, it's just, man, he's healthy, and it's like I'm so happy for him that he's healthy, because even a lot of people, including myself, have kind of wrote him off like, did the Grizzlies need to open roster spot?
He might be the guy.
He's only got $2 million. He's on a team option after this season, so he's the easiest contract to get rid of if you just had to get replace and get someone else. But I'm glad as soon as he got back healthy, Coach Islo gave him an opportunity, and it's just about being healthy. And even going back to media day, when we interviewed him, and he was just like, "I'm 90%," and I kind of looked like, "Whoa, you just 90%?"
Just at 90%, yeah.
But even he said he's really 100%, but mentally, I got to get back on the court, right? And it's just like getting healthy, get it back on the court, get the playing time.
Wow.
Now he's healthy and on the court getting playing time. Now you get the rhythm, get the flow back, and you get the Vince Williams that we received 2 years ago. So I just think it was just simply, man, just get healthy, get playing time, get more rhythm, get comfortable, and then you get the return of the defense that we thought we had 2 years ago.
Can we send this clip to Tomas Isolo's email? Because listen, I want to hear what you said. I want to repeat what you just said about Vince Williams. He was about 90% mentally, and it was getting reps and consistent minutes that allowed him to kind of work through that, whatever mental block he had coming back from a lost year to an injury. Maybe extending players' minutes out over the course of a game, giving them more reps, will allow them to catch a rhythm. Is that what we're saying here? Possibly.
Yep. And he played like 30-something minutes the other night, I believe. Like he had the second most minutes on the team, I believe. So, no, because Cam Spencer finished the game, so maybe he didn't. Maybe I got confused with someone else. I had to check it actually.
So Anthony posted on Twitter the other day, or X the other day, his starting lineup, and I wanted to ask you your thoughts on it.
Sorry.
What would you think about a starting lineup of once everybody's healthy? Ja Morant, Cedric Howard at the 2, Vince Williams at the 3, Jaren Jackson Jr. at the 4, Zach Edey at the 5. Inevitably, like obviously, that would be removing Jalen Wells from the starting lineup and bringing him to the bench. But what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that is that a lineup that intrigues you, or do you like the idea of having Vince Williams off the bench?
That lineup came to my mind after the Spurs game.
Really?
It did, because it was more what we kept saying the Grizzlies was mostly missing. The Michael Cole specifically talked about this like all summer. And their starters, you're missing this secondary playmaker. And Vince has proven with him in these stints at point guard that he's a playmaker.
Yes.
And it feels like it's natural to him. It feels like that's his position instead of being a spot-up shooter.
Right.
And Cedric Howard is not a secondary ball handler yet. Jaren scores on ISO, but he don't want him bringing the ball up the court multiple times, right? You don't want him running the offense, initiating the offense. You want him going one-on-one. And of course, Zach Edey, he haven't do that. So after Ja Morant in your regular starting lineup, Jalen Wells, they trying to make Jalen Wells the guy.
And it's just not working.
Error, but it's not. That's just not him.
Right. Jalen, I said this yesterday in the group chat. I wish Jalen would stop shooting the ball so scared. Like, just shoot the ball. Just shoot it. Like, stop aiming the ball. And I think it's because he's got so much flowing through his brain right now.
He's got more responsibilities.
Because he's got more responsibilities, more things that he's having to do. Like, hey, we need you to be a guy that can pressure the paint off the dribble. Right. And I'm sorry, like, for a lot of the things that he does really well, dribbling the ball is not one of them, right? Like, playmaking is not one of them. He's a fantastic standstill corner three-point shooter. Like, give him that shot, let him hang out at the three-point line, set his feet, get his feet up. And once he does that, it's just automatic for him. You add Vince Williams to starting lineup, you allow for then Ja to be off the ball. You allow for Vince to be a secondary playmaker. If Ja gets stuck, boom, Vince can bring it. There's just so many different things you can do. And Anthony brought up the point. It's what it was supposed to be before he got injured last year, right? Like, if you remember from 2 years ago, coming into last year's season, the idea was this Vince Williams is going to be a starter for this team, right? Like, he will be a starter for this team. Obviously, he got injured early on and was done for pretty much the entirety of the year. But it almost feels like we're a year late to what the potential starting lineup is supposed to be for the Grizzlies moving forward, and that's adding Vince Williams Jr. to it.
Right, with him and just, of course, replacing Said instead of Bane.
Right.
Like what it would have been last year. But yeah, because even like in the 2 and 3 positions are so interchangeable, because
they're so interchangeable.
Vince is the 2 and Said is the 3, because Said got the long arm, 7'2" wingspan. But it's so he could be the 2 as well. It's not, it don't really matter. They're wings.
Right.
Like they're wings, but Vince is also like an alternate guard. He's 1, 2, and 3. Like he looks so natural at point guard. It just feels like that's probably his position. Like, he looks like I ain't gonna say like a true point guard, but he looks more comfortable on the ball than he is having to spot up and shoot. And I thought that 2 years ago when they gave him those stints as a starting point guard doing that.
Which is when he was at the Hustle and when he was in the summer league when he was a Hustle player. I remember talking to a few of the Grizzlies guys, and they were saying, like, they went up to him, why is all you're doing shooting the ball? Like, you need to be a playmaker, right? Like, allow that to be a part of your game. And he did. And it's like now become probably the best part of his game, to be honest with you, is the playmaking. I like what Vince is doing. It is he is riding the wave of potential starter injury to he's the easiest contract to get rid of. Now back to should he be in the starting lineup? It's wild, dude. Like
it's crazy.
It is crazy, but I love it. I love seeing, and he's just a little bit crazy, bro. Like you saw him last night against Klay Thompson. Like he don't mind. Like he'll get involved in it all, right? Like and Grizzlies need that. They need that dude in their lineup. He is a pure and total psycho when he's out there. Let me ask you this. Let's go back to the first topic real quick. Is this a real? I know they won 2 straight. Are you feeling like, okay, it was Sacramento and Dallas, and so they won those 2 games? Or do you feel like the Grizzlies are starting to do some things that will potentially help them as they get, like, they're playing Denver on Monday night. They got a couple of easy games, but when they get into the meat of the schedule where they're playing some playoff plus 500 guys or teams, are you starting to see some things that make you go, okay, they can compete with these teams?
Yes, kind of no. Well, compete, yes. The yes part is competing. No, in the sense of actually winning, because I need to see them actually start winning. So the Grizzlies are 6-11. They are 5-0 against teams under 500. 1-11 against teams over 500, and the one team they beat
was Phoenix.
Phoenix was under 500 when they beat them. They were 1-4 when they beat them.
Yeah, so they're legitimately, all the teams that they've beaten have been under 500 when they beat them.
500 at the time. But also, if we want to be that technical, when they lost to Boston was under 500. When they lost to Toronto, they were under 500 at that time.
Oh, but now they're
so a lot of that switches anyway. If we want to be that technical only.
Well, we don't have to be that technical with it, right? Yeah.
But it's just simply stated 5-0 against teams under 500, 1-11. But the caveat to that was the Spurs and the Cavs game. When Edey returned, they still remained in the lead of the Cavs game, the majority of it, until just talent.
Until Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley said, "Nah, bro, we're good."
Right. But just them competing and still after Ja Morant went out, just still like keeping the lead. And then that San Antonio game, they had it won, right? And you at the last 2 minutes, the veteran Harrison Barnes, he became a veteran for the Spurs. That's another team who was missing players as well. So that was kind of like a closer to an even matchup. But what I can say is they have just shown signs, because wins are win, right? I don't care who you beating on your schedule.
It doesn't. Ain't nobody looking back. Ain't nobody looking back going, oh, well, let's look at who you lost to or who you.
I don't want to look back. I don't want to look back and see they lost to Dallas.
Right.
I'd rather win the game, so I ain't about to get on to talk about they can't beat. They can only beat sorry teams because them themselves are technically considered sorry at 6-11. But they are showing definitely progress that they can compete in those games against better teams. They've shown it recently, so it gives you a little more confidence that they could potentially give Denver a run for their money tomorrow without Aaron Gordon and Christian Brown. Although you still got Jokic, but you still just got a little more hope that maybe they can pull off the upset at home.
Listen, Jokic is the best player in the entire. I mean, he might be hitting like top 10 status of all time for me in terms of basketball player. He's freaking awesome.
I ain't gonna lie. He probably I have to do a list, but
like we'd have to put together a list, and we're not going to do that tonight. But dude, he is just phenomenal at basketball. But he struggles against Zach Edey. Like he has struggled against big like size that can move like Zach Edey can. So I'm super interested. Aaron Gordon is who smoked us last year, and now Aaron is out for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Christian Brown is out for the next however long. It'll be an interesting. What I like about it is they're going into this game against Denver back home with 2 wins under their belt in a row and feeling pretty good about themselves, I think. You get Jaren Jackson Jr. is questionable to come back, which means he's going to play more than likely. And
for him to get an upgrade from doubtful to questionable. Yeah.
Right. It means he's probably playing.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what they do, man, because Denver's a good team, but they're missing some major pieces against the Grizzlies on Monday night.
Yep. And although, the Grizzlies, you say the same, they're missing some major pieces, but if you get Jaren, just simply getting Jaren back,
right,
it kind of helps there. But another guy, before we even move forward, the guy we got on the screen right there, Santi Aldama.
Man, come on.
Starter next to Edey. that they got real threats up front. Like Santi, he's looked good pretty much. Although his efficiency hasn't been there, just the effort, the flow. He just looks like a much better player throughout this entire season, right? He just even defense, he's trying more on defense.
Yes,
you don't see just him just like, all right, they just gonna cook me. No, he's going out there actively like giving effort.
Well, so I mean, man, he's 20 points against the Mavericks.
Against Sacramento. 29
against Sacramento. 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. And 6 of those rebounds of the 8 total were defensive rebounds, which means he's engaged, right? Like he is engaged on the defensive end of the floor, which has been his biggest bugaboo his entire career, is kind of that Olay, like kind of soft kind of play. Santi has been playing, he has been balling out, and I'm very excited that he's shown what he's shown in these last few games, especially, but throughout the entire year. But now that he's the main right now, he's the main offensive weapon right now for the Grizzlies with John Jaren out, and he's done really, really well with it. Really, really well in that role. All right. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but we have to because it's it's in the podcaster's rule book. Like you have to discuss this. Let's talk a little bit of Ja Morant and Klay Thompson. Is it okay for me to echo what Devin Walker said on Twitter and be like, why do we have to write think pieces about every little interaction that happens? Like, what if it's just that Klay Thompson doesn't like Ja, the Grizzlies don't like Klay Thompson, and that's it? Like, that's it.
Yep.
Is that fair? You're a beat reporter, so you have to constantly think about things that you want to write. You write for Fansided, for Bill Street Bears, so it's like easy. Like those are easy, ready-made articles for you. But are you feeling the same way that I am? That dude, we're making a lot out of nothing, right?
Yeah, definitely. Because even me, like when I try to think through my articles, trying to be forward thinking. It's like, man, what angle do I really want to take on this? And the angle I ended up taking was just like, let's go through the history of why Klay and Ja and the Grizzlies are beefing. And I kind of broke down what Klay's comments were. It was like the things he said. And I even ended it was like, well, some things he said true. Likely. Yes. But guess what? The Grizzlies were at their best when they trash talk. Yes. So this might be what they needed to get them back. They do in the video. I think I got my swagger back. Like that felt like that for them because they were at their best when they were doing it.
Kind of the villain role, yeah.
I was like, and it felt like they would, they've been trying to shy away from it lately. It's like, thank you, just whether we believe y'all fake tough guys are well on all sides, right? Y'all were y'all best when y'all were doing it. Get back to that role, and he have some truth. Yes, Klay said some truth stuff. My initial thinking was like, man, why he got so serious after that? But when I saw the initial video, Ja pointing his finger, you point your finger in my face,
we're probably going to have some words. Hey, I'll show you. So here's I want to kind of go through the clips real quick. Here's the clips.
Let's go, baby. I'm a competitor.
He says to Cam, tell him who the best shooter is, and it ain't the dude from Golden State, right? Like, and everybody's like, oh, he's talking about Klay Thompson.
I thought so too when I first heard it. And I mean, kind of because when I'm thinking in his house, I'm thinking they just played the game.
Because we don't associate Klay Thompson with Dallas. We associate Klay Thompson with Golden State.
Exactly.
But what is it? What do you think he's talking about, Pat? He's talking about his brother, right?
I do too. I do too. After people explained it, it was like, oh yeah, that makes a whole lot. That makes a whole lot of sense. Actually, it's not that. Whether he's talking about Klay or Pat, does it really matter?
Like, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It was funny. It's funny.
Yeah, it's funny, but they have fun.
This is the one that would piss me off too. If I was Klay Thompson, this would piss me off. That would piss me off, bro.
Yeah, he smacked the dude.
He smacked the ball head dude. That would make me mad too, especially when you like. And listen. Let's be frank about it. Klay is lame as hell, but like Klay spoke the truth, bro. You're in warm-ups, man. Like you do a whole lot of talking when you're not, and when you didn't suit up. You pointed your finger in my face and you didn't suit up. There's no lie to that.
Klay sounded like and you know what? He sounded more like a disappointed parent or something. Like
He
didn't necessarily sound like a person who just don't despise Ja. He sounded like a person that was like, man, because he ended it was like, I hate to see how they go to waste. Like he's just disappointed in him and where he's at in his career at this point. That's what it sounded like.
I call bullshit on that though. I heard I'll play it for you.
You know what he sounded like? Yeah.
He has a lot to say all the time, especially for a guy who rarely takes accountability. But you know what? That's for another day.
What did Ja have to say on this occasion?
Nothing of intelligent.
Dude, that's so disrespectful.
Depth. It was really just.
That's so disrespectful.
His, just running his mouth, and he's been running his mouth for a long time. And it's funny to run your mouth when you're on the bench. It's kind of the story of his career so far, just leaving us wanting more. You know, we all want to see him out there and do his best, but he's just been letting a lot of other stuff get in the way of that. And we need that in the NBA. We need our best players to be out there. And when you're a star, it comes with a great responsibility. And I hate to see that go to waste.
I call abs.
That's why I said he sounded like he went from being like mad to like trying to think through and it was like sounded just this.
Oh, he was reeling himself in. Like he was. It's like it was like he said he wanted to go super personal with it. And then was like, you know what can really get after him is like say, bro, you're just a disappointment all the way through and through in your career, right? Like that did not feel that didn't feel sincere at all to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's I don't think he do is.
I don't think they like each other. I just don't think they like each other.
Right,
and
like it's beef. Like
it's beef. It's
fun.
fun.
A lot of people, a lot of players, a lot of teams, players, they beef. Yeah, you know,
and I'm disappointed.
With Grizzlies, the think pieces on it.
I'm disappointed in some Grizzlies fans that I'm seeing that are like using this as an opportunity to like push a narrative about John Wayne. I'm like, dude, this is basketball. It's just talking shit. Like this is what they do. Like it's not a big deal. Do I think that we in our group chat last night? I said. Klay ain't telling no lies though, because he talks a lot when he's on the bench.
Yeah.
It was like, but when he's on the floor playing, he says all of that for his team and his coach and the media. Like that's the part where I'm like, hey, bro, let's get some of that fire back when you're lacing them up and playing. You know,
because I thought back to that Golden State game, and even there, I think a lot of stuff was blown up, but just we probably blew up a little too much about that whole interaction. But it's like, all right, if you're gonna have the energy here. I need you to have an energy there as well. And I didn't see that from you, from anybody at that part. It's been, and specifically just even pointing out Ja. Like you had the energy right there at street clothes at Klay. Why weren't you there when Dre was talking trash to Jaren, right? And I know he was on the bench. You can possibly get suspended all that, but we just see it at all. And it's just kind of like, I need to see that more often if you're going
to do that when you're on the bench. And here's what we're doing right now. We're falling directly into the trap that everybody else falls into is just overthinking this thing, right? Like it was just two basketball players talking crap to each other.
And we're going to forget about tomorrow when we play Denver.
And we're going to play Denver tomorrow and it's going to be fine, right? But yeah, by the way, we are pre-recording this. This is Sunday night. This will be going live on Monday at 1 p.m. We are pre-recording because right now, at this very moment that you're listening to this, Parrish is driving back from Dallas. And so we're doing this a little bit early. He's in a hotel in Dallas. So shout out to everybody that's watching the show today. I had to get Parrish on, so I was like, let's just make it work. Let's just do it Sunday night. So, but listen, man, we've got a lot to talk about in the 3-pointer. But before we do that, man, it's winter time. It's about to be winter time. It's raining outside in Memphis. It's getting cold. All the bugs and all the pests and all the animals, they're going to be coming to your house, Parrish. They're going to be there. They're coming out. They're going to be everywhere. I've been having to go around the house and make sure my daughter doesn't leave food in her room at all times because the animals are coming in. The pests are coming in. And if they do, just hit up Grade A Pest, man. 20 years of experience. Reggie Freeman, Alexander, 20 years of experience in pest and rodent control. Homegrown business from a born and raised Memphian. Committed to excellence by applying human and pet-friendly products that are safe and highly efficient. to meet your pest needs. Grade A Pest, local, safe, and experienced. 901-628-4867. Hit them up at, you can text them. You can hit them up on email, gradeapservices@gmail.com. Reggie Freeman Alexander will come out and he'll take care of your house before the cold weather hits and all the animals come looking to come in and make nested in your home, right?
Look for warm.
For warmth. They need shelter from the cold weather. But hit up Grade A Pest, Reggie Freeman Alexander, 901-628-4867, gradeapservices@gmail.com. And you might see his new commercial right now.
Some games define a season, but the Egg Bowl defines a state. It's not just a game. It's bragging rights, family lines, and hatred that few rivalries can match. Forget records and rankings. In this game,
Unsportsmanlike conduct on all players from both teams.
the tradition is chaos, and this year could be the most yet. Mississippi State has something we haven't seen in years, a bite behind their bark. Starkville believes again that the Cowbells will be out in force. Across the field, Ole Miss comes to town with everything to play for, but that's not what we're talking about. Lane Kiffin's dramatics hang like a dark cloud over Oxford. The Rebs have dodged distractions before, but never with this much on the line. This year's Egg Bowl promises to be crazy. It's for postseason positioning, state supremacy, and an opportunity to play spoiler like never before. What will be the story this year? The only guarantee in this game is chaos, and Grind City Brewing is your home for every single second.
We're missing 4 point guards, and we've got guys stepping up, and it's awesome. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, Vince was what? 10 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. John McClay had control of the
Psycho was back. Psycho Vince was back.
Yeah,
He's been missed because we don't have that Psycho. We had that in Vince when his rookie year, his first year with the Grizzlies, during the injury plagued year. He was cutting off your favorite player's water, grinning about it, having a big time. But we haven't seen that because he basically blew up his ankle last year. Mm-hmm. It was not healthy. And now that he's healthy, we thought he was out of position, but apparently he's in position as a point guard, and he continues to hoop and play at a high level.
Tune into the Post-Game Bounce live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel immediately after every Memphis Grizzlies game for instant reactions and breakdowns. In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. Oh, yeah.
No code.
Yeah, I like that one. Hey, listen, Reggie Freeman Alexander is the man. It was so much fun getting to hang out with him and shoot that commercial. But that was actually one of his clients' house. And man, it was great. He's a great guy. And he made that putt. I think that was the first time that's the first putt he took also. Like he got up there. Me and Anthony were up there trying to make a putt and we couldn't do it. Like it was going everywhere. And he gets up there and just goes blink and makes it. We're like, what the hell? What can't you do, bro? Shout out to them though. Hit them up 901-628-4867. Grade A Pest. You can get really good care from them, especially coming into the winter season. It's gonna be crazy. But let's get to the 3-pointer. We'll run through these pretty quickly. Here we go. The 3-pointer, brother. It's a rough weekend, man. Okay, I am a glass half full kind of guy though. All right. Tigers are now sitting at 1-4 on the season, which is terrible. Like it's not good. They beat San Francisco in the first game of the year and now have lost 4 straight. 2 of those losses though were at the Baja Mar Invitational Classic tournament, whatever. What are your thoughts on arenas that use theater lighting in their arenas? I know the Lakers do it. The Knicks do it. I don't know. Those are the 2 main ones that I know that do it. But theater lighting basically is where they light up the court and turn off all the lights in the arena so it looks dark in the crowd. What are your thoughts on it? Do you like it or not?
I don't particularly care for it. Yeah, I don't particularly care for it. I think it's probably fine, but me myself personally, I prefer you to have lighting throughout the whole arena.
It just reminded me so much because the Baja Mar Classic did it. They play in this like really small conference room.
Yeah, they play in a ballroom.
In a ballroom, and they put a basketball court in a ballroom. And it was so dark in the crowd. It just looked really bad. And it reminded me of when they were in the bubble in the NBA. And you had the screens behind it where folks were watching it from. It was like it just felt fake. I didn't like it. I'm not a big fan. But the Tigers went to the Baja Mar, the Bahamas, and played number 1 Purdue and fought them to the very end. And truthfully, it came down to Purdue made shots at the end and Memphis didn't, which that's basketball, right? Like you walk away from that game, they lost by 9, but you go, listen, they were in that game against the number 1 team in the country, right? They played them well, and they just Memphis missed shots and Purdue made them. And honestly, that's just like I say all the time. That's just basketball. Like sometimes that happens. Then they come back and they play Wake Forest in the consolation game the next night, and Wake Forest had lost by 1 to the number 13 team in the country, Texas Tech, the night before. Texas Tech then turns around in the championship game and gets doors blown off by Purdue by 30, I think, something like that. I mean, it was unbelievable. Wake Forest lost by 1, so Memphis and Wake Forest played for the 3rd place game, and Memphis was ahead pretty much the entire game. They let go of the rope a little bit in the second half, and then the final 2 minutes of the game was just a travesty of mismanagement by players, coaches alike on the Memphis Tigers.
So I was actually traveling to Dallas during this game, right? I had it on at some point. I had it on the first half, essentially. And then at halftime, I started listening to music. And when I got to the music, I allowed them to check the score. Memphis was up 60-49 with 7-8 minutes to go. I was like, okay, that should have that. So I just kept bumping music. Then next thing you know, I get to the hotel. I was like, hold on. What happened? And so I didn't really get to see highlights. I thought the last play, but I didn't see the full game highlights. So what exactly happened the last?
And I'll say it without and if you want to come at me in the mentions, that's totally fine for being a Penny hater. I'm not a Penny hater. You can come at me, but Penny said after the game, this was 1,000% on me, right? Like I absolutely coached that game horribly at the end. The worst thing that happened in the last 3 minutes of that second half, Parrish, is that Penny walked out of that game with double zeros on the clock with 2 timeouts left. in the game. Like you, in a tight game like that, you absolutely utilize every single resource you have as a coach to manipulate the game. And the main one is timeouts and making sure you get your guys ready for what they have to do. Like in a timeout, in a huddle, you're saying, hey, if this happens, then this happens. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. It's 3 or 4 possessions ahead, right? Basically, there was just it was clock mismanagement, bad shots that were taken, a 3-point shot that was open but it wasn't needed at the time by the Tigers. But then Zach Davis shoots the ball, misses it, gets the rebound, and they're up. They're up by 2 at that point. He takes the 3, misses it, gets the rebound, and there's like no time left on the shot clock. It's under like 30 seconds in the game, and instead of bringing the ball back out to run more time, get fouled because they have to foul, he tries to go back up for a layup, blows the layup. Wake Forest gets the rebound, gets fouled. Don't know why Ashton Hardaway fouled, but they called a foul on Ashton Hardaway. They go down, make the 2 free throws, and then Doug gets the ball down the floor with like 1.9 seconds left on the clock, takes it up, gets fouled, makes the first free throw. All of us were going, okay, you made the first free throw. You're up by 1. There's 1.9 seconds left on the clock. Wake Forest has 0 timeouts. So what would you do, Parrish?
I missed the free throw on purpose.
Missed the free throw on purpose.
Most of the time, because it was like 1.9. Because
you're up.
They got to take a crazy shot. They got to take a crazy shot. Because I was about to say unless they had a timeout.
They didn't have a timeout.
Even if they did, it ain't like the NBA where you could take a timeout and get the ball.
But your ability to game plan, they've game planned out of bounds end of game plays. Yeah. You don't game plan for I got to get this rebound and get a good shot off from 3-quarter, launch it down the court, right? And so all of us are like, missed the free throw. I would have called timeout after that first free throw. You're up by 1, call a timeout. Hey, Doug, missed the shot, and we got this game. This game's won. Left the timeout on the floor. The guy did the Valparaiso Ole Miss play from the NCAA tournament back in the day. Exact same play. It's literally the only play you can run at that time period of the game. Mm-hmm. The guy makes the shot, the 3-pointer to put him up because the Tigers were up by 2 because Doug made the free throw. So he didn't miss the free throw. He made the free throw. So the Tigers were up by 2 with 1.9 seconds left on the clock. Wake Forest took the ball out, chunked it down the floor, middle of the court, boom, and then passed it to the 3-point line, 3-pointer, 1 by 1.
That was
perfection. It was a perfect play, but it should never have gotten to that point.
Should never got to that point, yeah.
But being a glass half full kind of guy, I'm looking at it going, Wake Forest is a good team. Purdue's #1 team in the country. The Tigers went from getting absolutely their teeth kicked in by UNLV at home a few days before that, going to the Bahamas and playing Purdue, the #1 team in the country, and Wake Forest, who just took the number 13 team down to the wire. And they showed themselves to be like, hey, we got some fight to us here. Like, we're doing some things now. So, yes, they went 0-2 at the Baja Mar, but I'm not sitting here like, oh, this team sucks and it's terrible and they're not going to win any games. I'm feeling good about what this team is going to be, but I just am so disappointed in Penny and the way that he handled the last part of that game.
It's kind of like comparing to the Grizzlies lately. They got to learn how to finish.
Yes, finish.
You got to learn how to finish because the Grizzlies, that San Antonio game, how they lost the end of Delta.
Yes.
Similar, kind of like how they lost the Wake Forest game. Like, you got to learn. Now you're competing with some of the top teams. Now it's actually about finishing because the Ole Miss game, they competed.
They competed.
They seen it. Like they were in it. Like they had a chance.
Yeah.
And it's just now find a way to finish. And they got tough conference play, so they got opportunities coming up. And the conference is so bad. I mean, you don't want to get in a position where you got to win all, pretty much win. But it's they like you said, they should be fine. Like it's not going. Put it this way, fans don't expect a top 25 team or don't be looking at these Kim Palm numbers getting mad like last year because they're not gonna be good for Memphis.
Dude, I have a question for you. Is off topic a little bit, but at this point right now, the three major programs in the city of Memphis, the Grizzlies, the Tigers basketball team, and the Tigers football team, all have coaches that the entire, like a large portion of the fan bases are calling for all three of them to be fired, right? Tomas Isolo, Penny Hardaway, Ryan Silverfield. I am so annoyed by that. Like, I am so annoyed by the Memphis fan base, sports fan base, always calling for firings. Like, I just get so annoyed by that. Like, we want to fire everybody all the time. Like, to me, it feels like a total lack of maturity in a fan base across the board. For a city that claims to be like really mature, like we're big time, we're sports people. This is what we're good at. We respond to losses and to like ups and downs in seasons in such an immature way. That's just my thought. I just think we do.
I think especially the basketball teams, because it's still so early in the season. Like, the Grizzlies got 60-some games left. The
Tigers have 30-something games left.
30-something, right? Football, you understand, because it's like it's been 7 years, right? And
I understand.
Championship.
I understand.
So you can get dealt with, right? Especially the way they lost some of these games, like you can get dealt with. But the basketball team, especially, they got so much left.
There's so much time, right? I just think we got to grow up a little bit as fans. Like, we got to grow up a little bit and just be like be able to handle the ebbs and flows of a season, especially early on. Like, if things had continued to go down a path of like especially with Tomas Isolo and the Grizzlies, like, then I understand. Like, I kind of like if things weren't getting better. Right? Like, if things weren't getting better, you have to make a decision. There's so much money on the line. You have to make a choice here. But it seems like things are getting better. And it seems like there's adjustments on both sides for the players and the coaching staff that you say, like, let's just let this thing ride out, right? Like, let's just let this thing figure itself out. These are all grown ass men who think their shit don't stink. Like, let them figure this out. They're professionals, you know?
Yep.
All right. That's it for me. I'll get off my soapbox. I just am I get so annoyed by the instant reaction to everything is to fire everybody. I just don't I think it's so
microwave society, man. Microwave society.
Now,
you know what's so funny? Memphis sports. I mean, like, I follow, like, Tennessee sports fans and like Lakers. Like, it ain't even that bad here.
Is it not? Is it like you have a lot of teams that you follow?
Tennessee balls. Well, you know how they are. They fans are. Like,
is
is
that normal? Is Memphis unique to it, or is it normal across the board?
It's normal across the board because, like, think about Cowboys fans, right? It definitely.
Okay.
I always say we all follow. We follow mostly Memphis.
Yes.
So we see us and we right. But when you actually follow other places, just like, golly.
Like, I don't pay attention to the Volunteers message boards or anything like that. I'm a Memphis Tigers basketball football fan, and I'm a Grizzlies fan. So I don't follow the other teams and all that kind of stuff. But we have a lot of folks at Bluff City Media who are fans of other teams that aren't in Memphis. And so I've always wondered, and I should have probably asked that before I went on a diatribe of Memphis fans need to grow up. But
they do. I think all fanatics, fan is short for fanatics. All fans of all fan bases need to grow up. It's like, I'm Titans fan. Titans grow.
Hey, it's gotta suck though to see Vrabes over in New England though right now because, bro, like,
I'll be honest. To me, no.
What?
They're
the best team in the AFC.
I always said Vrabes, even when I wanted Vrabes gone for Tennessee, I still agree with the decision. Sometimes it's time to part ways. Like, it's just not going to work anymore, right? And they just reached that point. I always said Vrabes was a good coach, but he had some things that he needed. He had some things he had to work on. He was a little too He just like he too demanding, too it just wasn't working anymore. And like even like having his coordinators in place, it just felt like what I'm saying. It was just things like it was time. Like when it's time, it's time. Because people, you forget, he had damn near the same record as Brian Callahan his last 20-some games.
It's true. That's true. That's true.
So it's not like he was winning when he got fired. So it's not.
Hey,
Patriots got a better team.
You know what he went? You know what he got? You know what he has in New England he didn't have in Tennessee? A damn good starting quarterback.
Exactly. And guess what? Tennessee had to go through there to get their quarterback.
Right. Are you as a Tennessee fan? Is Cam Ward the quarterback for the future? You like him? You think he's the man?
Yeah.
You think he's it?
Okay. Tennessee just got a bad team.
They just got a bad.
And the GM said it a couple weeks ago. He was like, he's a rookie quarterback who's who was drafted to the number one team. Team had number one pick,
which means they're a bad team. They don't do ping pong balls like they do in the NBA, right? Like if you're the worst team, you got the first pick of the draft.
Exactly.
All right, let's get to the second topic. Let's get some FanDuel numbers here. I wanted to talk to you about the Rookie of the Year race. Right now, it's flipped. Right, Cooper Flagg has been in the lead this entire time. I think it was minus 250 throughout the majority of the year. Con Knipple and Cooper Flagg are now tied. The FanDuel numbers to be Rookie of the Year, plus 115 each. VJ Edgecombe plus 1,000. Derek Queen plus 1,200. And the Grizzlies' very own Cedric Coward at plus 1,600.
That's crazy.
Brother, like, number one, I think you'll see Cedric move up, honestly. I think you'll see the odds kind of get closer to the top of the top two for Cedric Coward, because I think he's going to be – I think the Grizzlies will win some more games. They'll probably be – they're going to be better than New Orleans. They'll be better than Dallas. You know, Charlotte isn't great. Right there, Con Knipple's just playing 40 minutes a game, so he's able to show a lot more. But Con's awesome. Like, Con is an awesome ball player. But I wanted to just look at these top five and go, look at this. What if this was a starting lineup for a team in the next like 2 to 3 years, bro? Look at that. Look at those names.
I would love to start lineup this year. With I'm like Brooklyn Nets. I would love this starting lineup this year. That don't go together.
VJ Edgecombe at the point, Cedric at the 2, Con at the 3, Cooper at the point forward if you want him to be, and Derek Queen at the 5.
They can make
this
play-in.
As good. The Eastern Conference play-in. Is that an Eastern Conference play-in team?
You've seen the NBA standings. The Western Conference play-in is easier to get in the East. It's like all winning records for the top 10 teams. they just swap. The conference is the swap. Memphis number 10 now. It's 16-11. East.
You got to be plus 500 to be in the play-in in the East. Yeah, that's crazy. But what guy have you seen on this list outside of Cedric Coward? Because I know you've seen him more than anybody. But between Con, Cooper, VJ, and Derek, like who do you like the most out of those four?
Because I covered the team, I watch some. I'm watching every Grizzlies game. I get breaks. I always be watching basketball. I'm watching my shows. I'm checking highlights when I can. So I really haven't. I mean, I saw Cooper Flagg because the Grizzlies played him twice.
Right.
Outside of that, I haven't seen him play. VJ Edgecombe, the highlights in the beginning of the season.
Yeah,
I saw when he was, just came out the gate on fire, but he's slowed a bit since then.
Yeah.
Con Knipple, I haven't seen him yet.
I haven't seen a minute of Con Knipple.
I've been hearing.
I've heard, yeah.
Great things. And Derek Queen, I haven't seen. I haven't.
Bro, you've got to watch Derek Queen play basketball. It is a mix of old school Zach Randolph big, but with a guy who can bring the ball up the floor and pass. That guy has moves upon moves upon moves upon moves in the post. I love Derek Queen. Has been a joy to watch play basketball this year. He is so good. I like Derek Queen. And I know that a lot of Grizzlies fans were like, gotta get Derek Queen, but
well, I thought he was a good pick. I mean, seeing him in Maryland.
Yeah.
And it doesn't shock me to hear that. I know that first game I only saw him, of course, that first game against Memphis. That was his first career game. Jeremiah Fears is the one I paid. He was the one who popped up screen as the rookie on the team in that game.
Well, he's number 6 on this list. I only put 5, but he's number 6 on this list. Pretty good player. I'm excited to see where this Rookie of the Year race goes. The FanDuel Sportsbook has Kahn and Cooper tied for the lead right now. But man, that starting 5, that would be an awesome starting 5. Like if you're Brooklyn, you absolutely should go, hey, what can we do to get all 5 of these dudes? But you can't touch Cedric. You can't have Cedric. He's ours. But shout out, man. These I think everybody's been talking about next year's draft and saying what a great draft it's going to be. But I think this year's draft is going to I think historically go down as one of the better ones. Let's get to the final topic. Let's go to the NFL. We got Super Bowl winner odds from FanDuel. Are you surprised that Los Angeles is plus 480 in the lead? I mean, they're good, but
they're like the best thing now. I'm going to check out the Sunday night football game when you're done with the show. But they're like the best team. I mean, Matthew Stafford playing at the MVP level. He got his weapons. They defense really good. They like the best, like just total collective team, and got a quarterback who you could trust in the big moments, who's been there and has won Super Bowl and came through in the big moment in the big game before.
Yeah, absolutely. You look at the top 2 teams in FanDuel for the 2 Super Bowl winners. It's the 2 NFC teams, Los Angeles and the Philadelphia Eagles. You got the Colts in the third from the AFC with the best odds, plus 1,100. But they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs today. Actually, the Kansas City Chiefs, they must have changed it up since Kansas City lost. The Kansas City beat Indianapolis today. And so now Kansas City's plus 1,000. Indianapolis is plus 1,100. Are there any teams on this list that you're like, or that are not on this list that you're like, hey, man, I would put some money behind Baltimore, whoever it may be? Any other team that you're looking at?
Not really, because Baltimore's gotten back to first place in the division. But I just still feel like, I don't know, their defense is playing better.
Yeah.
Maybe I can see them. They can make a run potentially, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Because I don't know if I trust Lamar Jackson on the road game in the playoffs.
Right.
And ultimately, he's going to have to eventually. He's not going to have the number 1 seed, so he's going to have to go on the road. If you had to make a bet, if you had to go Super Bowl winner from these odds right here, and I said you have to choose between. Because the surprising team that's not on here is New England, who's leading the AFC. They're not in this list. They're not on here. They're people do not think the FanDuel Sportsbook does not think. Or even the Denver Broncos ain't on there. That's another team I think of. That defense. Ooh.
Right.
But that'd probably be the team I probably think that's surprising.
Like New England, yeah, or Denver, really.
I would say Sean Payton, because they have a coach who's been there, done it, won Super Bowl as a coach. Although Bo Nix probably wouldn't trust Bo Nix, but you at least at the head coach and defense, how dominant that defense is, that could mesh well to give you a Super Bowl. Yeah. I
agree. Yeah, no, the defense is elite, and Sean Payton is that guy. But Drake May is so freaking talented for New England. He's so good. He's been phenomenal. Right now, him and Matt Stafford are the 2 leaders in the clubhouse for the Super Bowl MVP for the MVP award. But if you had to make a choice, like if you had to say, like I've got to put money on, would you go with Kansas City or would you go with Indianapolis? Do you think Kansas City's run to the Super Bowl, winning the AFC, do you think it's done? Do you trust Indianapolis more in the playoffs? Like, what do you think?
I won't predict Kansas City out until I see them with my own eyes.
Someone's got to beat them, right? Yeah.
Because even that year, they had to go on the road. They went to Buffalo and went to Baltimore and got right back to the Super Bowl, right? So
crazy.
I'm not gonna believe it until I see it. Because Indianapolis, they still had Daniel Jones. Like, it kind of reminded me of Ryan Tannehill, as a Tennessee fan. Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah.
Let me see it in the playoffs. Because when they got to their playoffs.
Yeah, but Ryan Tannehill didn't have Jonathan Taylor running the ball behind him.
Derrick Henry running the ball, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind. Forget that.
Not saying he can't do it, but
not saying it can't happen.
I'm gonna have to see it. Seattle has a really good team, but Sam Darnold, can you trust him? We saw him last year at the end of the season. Like,
Oh, so crazy.
Teams just got those quarterbacks that just can't do it when it's time.
Well, listen, I don't know where the Super Bowl is this year, but if you need a car to get to the Super Bowl, you should absolutely go and check out the folks at Carway, the right way, here in Memphis. 6154 Summer Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, 38134. Hit them up, 901-440-8251. House of great selection of high-quality pre-owned cars. Financing is available. Bad credit, no problem. Hit up our guy, Michael Caruth. I think Josh is the other guy over there. Hit him up. They've been doing this since 2018 here in the city of Memphis. Selling cars the right way, Carway the right way. Zaire Williams got his car from there. Scottie Pippen Jr. got his car from there. And our very own Anthony Sain got his car from there. So if you need to get to the Super Bowl, you want to see the Los Angeles Rams take on the Indianapolis Colts in the Super Bowl, get you a car from Carway the right way and get over there safely because they got nice cars and they can help you out. So shout out to those guys. Hit them up. 901-440-8251 and they'll get you into a nice car. Carwaytherightway.com. And you can go see all of their stuff over on Summer Avenue, 6154 Summer Avenue in Memphis, Tennessee. But listen, man, let me fix this. It's been a great day, man. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you hanging out on the show with me. I'm not used to having to do the show and talk all the time. So, but no, I appreciate you coming on with me, man. I know you're in Dallas. I see your wife walking around in the background, man. I know y'all are enjoying y'all's time away. Tell her we said hello at the Anthony Sain show and letting us steal you away for a couple of minutes. But man, we really appreciate you. Anthony will be back tomorrow. He had to take a quick little trip out of town for today, so you got me and Parrish. But shout out to you, Parrish, man. Have a safe trip back to Memphis tomorrow, or right now as we're doing this show. Have a safe trip back. And listen, where can everybody find you? Where can they find your stuff?
Yeah, man. Always find me on Twitter at DAONE_P Shark. And you want to see my articles, BillStreetBears.com, dropping everything, drop something almost on a daily basis.
Absolutely. Yes, go check out Bill Street Bears because they got some really good writers over there, and Parrish is the guy in charge. So Parrish, you got to wrangle. You got Joe Molinax over there now, man.
Oh, Joe.
You gotta hey, do me a favor. Like, give him, when he writes the next article, give him like specific words he has to use. Like, incorporate some like crazy words into it. That'd be a lot of fun. Give him a challenge.
I get you.
Hey, but listen, real quick, TrilogyTattoosMemphis.com. Check out Trilogy. The commercial will play. I'll play the commercial and then we'll end the stream. But shout out to Trilogy Tattoos Memphis, Richie Jarvis. 27 years in the business of giving you awesome, amazing tattoos and high quality, safe piercings for, as Anthony likes to say, whatever your freaky ass wants to get pierced, they'll do it the right way. But shout out to Trilogy Tattoos, 27 years on the Highland Strip, one spot. I'm telling you, I've got 17 tattoos on my body, and probably 13 of them are from Trilogy. And so shout out to Trilogy Tattoos. They're just phenomenal. Let them tell your story, man. Every tattoo has a story. You get something tattooed permanently on your body to tell a part of your life story. So let Trilogy Tattoos help you tell your story the right way. Also, check out Tattoos Tale. It's a podcast that Richie Jarvis, the owner of Trilogy Tattoos, has started, where he goes around and he interviews people and they tell their story and get a tattoo. So a lot of fun. Really cool stuff. They just started. They've been working on this thing for a minute, and they just started releasing content on Tattoos Tale. So everywhere you go, everywhere you get your podcasts, on YouTube, Tattoos Tale, and you can find all their stuff. It's really great. But shout out to Trilogy Tattoo, and shout out to you, Parrish. I appreciate you, man.
Man, always, man.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Appreciate everybody being in here. Like and subscribe to Bluff City Media. Like and subscribe to the Anthony Sain Show. Leave a comment in the comment section. Once the stream is over, leave a comment in the comment section, and let's run the numbers up on this thing, man. Y'all been killing it. Algorithm has been loving y'all, so I appreciate it. But listen, we'll see you tomorrow here on the Anthony Sain Show. In the heart of the Highland Strip for 27 years, Trilogy Tattoo has helped tell stories for Memphians for generations. Located at 530 South Highland, Richie and his team are waiting to help you tell yours. From tattoos to piercings, your body art should be as unique as you are. Voted a Memphis Flyer top 3 tattoo shop in the city of Memphis since day one. Your story will be safe here at Trilogy Tattoo. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 11, and 3 to 11 on Sundays. They have convenient times waiting on you. Let Trilogy Tattoo help you tell your story. Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to the Bluff City Media YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.